Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Maggie and Ferocious Mondays. Today, we will be reviewing our first segment of the 5th episode of Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. Season 1, Episode 5A, This Little Pig. In this episode, Hamilton wakes up with a bad cold and has to stay in bed. His friends' efforts to nurse him back to health are just bothering him and keeping him awake. In the end, Maggie and the Beast compose a special get-well poem for their sick friend. Now, this episode, I can happily say, is very, very, very relatable, because, when you're sick, the only thing you want to do, and y'all can correct me if you want to, but I'm sure we can all agree that when we're sick with a bad cold, head swelling up, head spinning, feeling hot and stuff, feeling all stuffy, throat hurting, chest pain, whatever the whole hootenanny is, the number one thing we just want to do is sleep, not do nothing. Just close our eyes, just have the sick take over us, and just lay down. That's the only thing we want to do if we're sick. But enough about that. As for the episode itself, I really like it. Besides it being relatable, I like it, Poor Hamilton was just sick in bed in his little pajamas. His little pajamas was really, really cute. And not only that, but I really love Maggie and Beast in the beginning. I'm about to play catch. I love the look of the beach ball. It's so colorful. I just love beach balls. Any type of beach ball in any animation, I live for it. But I really like it where Maggie was like, we're missing someone. And then the Beast was like, well, we have the ball, we have you, we have me. Who are we missing? And then that shows that the Beast sometimes can be a little step behind Maggie or Hamilton, which is okay. But that's why I love his character, He's my spirit animal. I love the big fella. I love him. And poor Hamilton, he's all stuffy, he's all sick and stuff. And I was gonna say Beast bothering Hamilton and stuff like that was just it was relatable to me, because I remember whenever my mom was sick or my dad was sick, whenever any of my guardians was sick, I had a very bad habit bothering them, asking them, are you doing okay? Are you doing okay? But nowadays, I don't bother them. I just do my own thing, have them get well soon, make sure I wear a mask around them, have 6 feet. I know COVID isn't really around anymore, but I still keep 6 feet with them if they're sick, I always put on a mask. I'll ask them for every half an hour, can I get you something? Is there something that you want? I'm not like that a little annoying kid anymore. Not saying Beast was annoying. I mean, he kind of was, but I mean, any child did that when they were younger. Any child, Any child. Any child. And along with that, I really like the scene where he was squeezing juice. And at first, when Maggie got him something to eat, when he had said, what? He sounded angry, but then when Maggie showed him his water, he wasn't that angry. He was like, oh, thank you. But then when it came to the other time around, since he was so fed up with Beast, he actually yelled at Maggie. And when I first heard him yell, I was like, I mean, if there's ever one thing about me, whenever there's a moment in a kid show where when we have a calm kid show, nothing going on, nothing screaming, no screaming, I feel like there rarely will be, maybe a few 2000 shows, kid shows, there'll be that one surprising moment where a character, sure, he or she kind of gets a bit bossy sometimes, kind of tells people what to do, but you wouldn't really think of them as lashing out, straight up yelling. I mean, maybe they might get mad, but not straight up yelling at people. Hamilton, he did that, and it shook me. Okay, it shook me. I wouldn't say that moment was just out of pocket, but I mean, like, and nor do I want to fault Beast. I'm not faulting Hamilton for yelling, because he was annoyed. I totally get it. I don't even want to fault Beast. I mean, he was just making Hamilton some juice, and I love how he squeezed the juice. It was so cute and stuff. And Maggie's soup, I really want to bet that might be chicken noodle soup. I mean, a quick side note: who has the best soup? For me, it's Campbell's. Campbell's is the best canned soup. I'm not gonna lie. Campbell's has the best soup whenever you're sick. Chicken noodle soup, Campbell's soup, it goes hard. But yeah, and Maggie said once again he wants to be left alone. And then when Maggie puts the soup down, Beast just straight up slurps it up, no hesitation. And then there's a funny little scene where he has like the his foot stuck to the bowl. That was really funny as well. And then Beast suggests we should get him a get well present to show him that they want him to get well soon. And then when they finally get to his box, he says, what present do you have for me? And then Beast says, it's in here, pointing to his head. And then Hamilton says, in a savage way, I might say, I'm not sure I want that then. And I was like, dude, come on now. Like, I know you're safe, but I can't really think of I can't really think of a good word or sentence to explain how, I don't want to say disrespectful, but that was kind of rude, you know? That was kind of rude. And then they give him a nice little poem, their rendition of This Little Pig. But of course, we all know how the original one goes. This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stay home. This little piggy has roast beef. This little piggy had none. This little piggy went wee all the way home. But at the end of their poem, which is so cute, they said, and this little piggy went hoo-wee when we tickle his feet, which is so cute. And then he fell back in his box. It was just so cute. It was adorable, you know. I loved this so much. I loved it. It was so cute. And then when Beast and Maggie are leaving, once again, we have another sunset ending. You know how much I love those in the show. I love me a good sunset ending after every episode. At the end of an episode, I love that. I eat that up. And then in a funny moment, Beast said, I didn't get to ask him, is he feeling better yet? And then Maggie says, Beast, let him rest. And yeah, so overall, this episode was not only relatable, not only funny, and sometimes a little bit of moments that kind of shook me. I will say this was a really, really good episode, and I liked it. You know. A point might have to be taken down because actually, I'm gonna give this episode a 9.5. You know, I'm gonna give it a 9.5. It would have gotten a 10 if maybe the Beast and Hamilton scenes didn't really take up the entire majority of the episode, because I feel like that's what we got mostly. But at the same time, they were funny. They were funny, you know? So this episode is getting a 9.5, and it was a good episode. It was really, really good, and I liked it. So tune in next time as we will be reviewing our second segment of our 5th episode, Season 1, Episode 5B, Hide and Go Beast. See you all next time. Great googly moogly.